Hey guys, what's going on? It's Ando again, and I know last video that I put out was, hey, I've got something for your Geonosian counter because we took away the Sith trio. So as you can see, we're talking about Nightsisters here, and the big question is, okay, do you use them for offense or defense? I know a lot of people say, well, I'm not taking them off defense because they are a good defensive team. They strip away banners, and a lot of times they're able to get those kind of sneaky holds that are able to potentially help you win your overall matchup. But with that being said, they're also an amazing offensive team. So what we're going to talk about really is the Geonosians because I was getting to a point where my Sith trio was starting to become really RNG dependent. You start getting into those uh, G13 spies with the relics, and they just start one hitting like all your Sith trio. So this is a way to, as you can see in the pros, it's a 100% win rate. I have not lost anything yet. The lowest I think I've got a video of it, is I think I get a 52 banner, and that's with a little bit of a different variant, and we'll talk about it in the video. But the Zetas that you're going to have that are required are the Mother Talzin lead, the Asajj unique, and one that's kind of optional but definitely helps is Daka, her unique, because you don't want Daka to die. She's able to kind of reset everything in case some RNG does not go in your way. Um, but like I said, the pros on this is that it's 100% win rate, usually with mid 50 banners because you control a lot of this. And it frees your Sith trio for that General Grievous counter that I posted a few days ago. So if you haven't looked at that, check that out first. And it's not really RNG dependent. Yeah, sure, everyone once in a while you might get, Asajj knocked out or whatever, but because you have Daka there, you're able to kind of correct that with a revive. Or if they do knock out Daka and she's not very tanky, you're able to, basic someone until you get the kill, and then all the Nightsisters revive again. So, and then the last pro about this is that it can counter a bunch of different teams if there's no geos on defense. Most notably, if they're one of those guys that puts the Newt lead and then Count Dooku and usually like a nest. I've used my Nightsisters Mother Talzin lead again against that team, and it's always won. The plague absolutely tears up nests. So without any further ado, let's get into the footage and we'll check out how we win against Geonosians. Okay, so for this first video, we've got a pure organic Geonosian team, and then we've got my main accounts, Nightsisters, which are overgeared. But that being said, you do not have to have high relic geared characters. It just might, if you're facing a high relic bugs team with pretty low gear on some of your Nightsisters, just be expecting that that damage might cause you to maybe time out. But most of this is built off of Asajj's ramping up of her damage. So you're going to kind of want to play this almost like a phase 3 Nightsisters for the Heroic Sith Raid, if you guys know what I'm talking about. Basically, you're going to you're going to try to ramp up Asajj's damage by keep doing basics. And this one right here, I'm kind of, oh, okay, I didn't do it. There are some times where I kind of prematurely use that call to assist that Talzin has. And but really, you do want your zombie to die quite a few times, and you want your spirit or whoever your fifth is. You don't even have to have a spirit. Spirit is the best of all of them. You want them to die and be revived a few times before you try that mass assist. And eventually, like I said, you're just going to keep ripping away those buffs. Make sure that the spy doesn't get his big hit in under stealth and whatnot. And then you're going to kind of single one out. And you can see there, I just completely wiped out. I think it was Poggle. He's usually the one that's the least geared, and he's usually the one that has the least health. So if you can single hit them, and then like I said, you see this now, Asajj's damage is just so much that she's just AoEing them to death now. And it really is one of those scenarios where as one of them falls, the rest of them just kind of go down with them. And like I said, you can really control your own fate here, right? Because they keep killing Spirit, but it's okay because we can keep either using basics to revive her or just rely on not Talzin, but Daka. So I'm sitting here playing this out. I'm not going to AoE because I knew that was going to kill them all, and I want to make sure I get the banners right on this. So she just revived off that basic, so I don't want to kill anyone yet. Okay, so I got her back, and now you see that I've got at least full health and some protection units, right? So 56 on this one. Okay, so the next one that I want to go over is sometimes they put this variant in here where they basically make it to, they put a Django into a Geonosian team, which is actually kind of smart. In most cases, it will stop you from using this team, especially if they have that Zeta on Django where you can't be revived. But this is also going to be a tough lineup for you to beat even with your trio. So just be careful because a G13 Django can hit really hard. I was lucky in this scenario though because it was a Gear 11 Django, but it's much the same. I like to use Spirit right off the bat because she just rips this taunt right off of him if you do the special, which looks like I'm about to do. And then unfortunately, he calls in his regen. And so I like to, as soon as Spy has any buffs on him, whether it's crit chance up or even his stealth, I like to try to rip that away from him because, like I said, his one shot is pretty devastating. I don't want hitting the wrong person. And then it's really about that. That's just me trying to find the least health guy. As you can see, I didn't ramp up Asajj's damage enough. So the call to assist is really nice if you can have the damage to get through someone, but if it doesn't, then all you're doing really is just health equalizing. So, and it's kind of a long cooldown. So I suggest, waiting at least until a few deaths have happened so you can kind of ramp up Asajj's damage. And you'll see why I say do not use this team against like a G13, especially with a Zeta. If it's no Zeta, no problem, right? So he just did his special on Talzin. So if that was a Zeta, I would be completely screwed in this scenario because Talzin wouldn't be coming back. I wouldn't be ramping up that damage. And now that's one less character for me to have banner-wise. And what would eventually end up happening is Django would really start to pick each one of these guys off to where they can't really revive anymore. So this is the one I kind of misplay, but it's all on me, and it's not like anything that they do. Django eventually is going to get a burn in on me, and it's going to cause a lot of my health to start going down. So even though I think that my health is good, I'm trying to time it to where I can get all my health banners up for sure. And you'll see right here, right? So I revive, and then I put Plague on, but then he comes right back and puts Burning on. So I then heal up, but unfortunately all those burns are still taking down damage from me, so it's really going to start affecting my overall score. So this is where I get the 52 from. But as you guys can see, it's a pretty good strategy, and at the end of the day, I really do think, I know for me, speaking on my behalf, the trio just was not getting it done. It was just kind of like, I felt like it was putting way too much RNG. Every single battle I went in with them against the Geos felt like it was, it could go either way, and I didn't like that feeling. So I took the Nightsisters off defense, and I've been using this ever since I started doing it in probably February, and I haven't lost a single match, and that's with my main account, that's with my alt account, totally different gear levels on those Nightsisters, and I've been able to beat Geonosians that outgear me. I've been able to beat a lot of things. And like I said, even if there's no bugs on defense, they still beat the Newt team, especially if they have an Emphas Nest on there. So overall, I would say I think it definitely benefits to having your Nightsisters on offense instead of defense. But thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it, and keep on the lookout for some more videos from me.